You let's get the sharing. Happy Holy Day. Happy Juma. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna see who all sharing these too. Block who ain't sharing my videos. Y'all requesting me. I don't be requesting nobody. Okay, that's good. That's cool. That's cool. We be having problem trying to see what the title gonna be because we finna cover so much info. Islam. But we gonna end up going with, what we going with. You versus yourself. It's basically everybody fighting a jihad right now. What we trying to show you is our interpretation of the balance. Islam. My interpretation of the balance. Everybody, this is why I got this Divine National movement. You know what I'm saying? I got the Divine Warner up here, but I'm finna talk about the Divine National movement because everybody says the catchphrases. Everybody say Noble Drew Ali. We all claiming them. We all say we claiming the literature. Mm-hmm. So I'm showing the literature and showing where I'm coming from. I'm putting status on the record. This is what I mean when I say status on the record. I'm saying this. This is where I'm at. And I'm saying this is Noble Drew Ali literature, what I'm talking about. And I'm finna show you again. We don't even have to read Divine Warner right now. Right now, let me go to, I'm going to go to this first. I'm towards literature first. We're going to establish some points. Like this kind of like how court go. You want to get your point across. What's the point you want to get across? And what facts you got about it. So the point I want to get across is Noble Drew Ali gave you Moorish literature. This is what's Moorish literature. And in the Moorish literature, which we on page 27 of the Moorish literature, he's talking about the Muhammadan religion. Not only that, up here he's talking about the lofty teachings of the Quran. We have it as the revealed word of God Allah. We shall foster the principles of his teachings. And it's talking about the Muhammadan religion. You get papers from some people that got Muhammad 50 on there. And they saying Noble Drew Ali, which we supposed to say Noble Drew Ali. We supposed to have Muhammadan Islam. Let's go. So so it's talking about Prophet Muhammad from Mecca down here. Muhammad was the founder of the Muhammad. It originated 13 centuries ago, Arabian Peninsula. 13th century ago, Prophet Muhammad. We ain't even got to go through it all like that. I'm just establishing a point. Let me see. That's some and he's talking about uplift solving the Negro problem. We not Negroes. And here he's talking about religious freedom. He's taking up for religious freedom. He's talking about how it's a sad weakness in us after all to oppose our fellows' beliefs. All this. So he didn't think religion was mysticism. He didn't think Allah, the Father, that's in the literature. That's the prayer in the one-on-ones. Mm-hmm. Asking to be guided. It's kind of similar to Al-Fatiha. Guide me on the straight path. We know Allah's the guide. So Muslims saying Allah the guide. Moors who don't know they Muslims are saying Allah the guide because Muslim mean you follow the will of Allah. Muslim is one who submits to the will of Allah. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between a Muslim and a Moor when a Moor got Allah all in the paperwork? Mm-hmm. And Noble Ali told you, Noble Ali said we Mohammedans, as you can see. Mm-hmm. You know who started Mohammedans? He didn't call it Mohammedans. But you know who they pattern themselves after? Muhammad.
Right.
You know the whole thing about Muhammad? He came with a book. This is why the Muslims don't, you know, they don't like, you know, calling Noble Ali a prophet. I understand what they mean. They're not talking about Nabi like Prophet Muhammad, from my understanding. They're talking about a book has been revealed to him. The Quran was revealed to him. Whether you think he was alive or not, you know, that's on whatever. That's the story. The illiterate prophet, the Ummi prophet. Noble Ali came with a compilation for specific people. You know, I know how to add and subtract. But as you can see, Noble Ali, and if you even know the story of Prophet Muhammad, like we said the other day, he didn't everything on them people all at once because he knew that these people was all the way at the bottom. He would have broke them if he would have put too much on them. Mm-hmm. So Islam is to degree. That's in the Holy Quran of Mecca. So I'm just making a point. You know, let's see. Can we get another one up here? Okay, that's Divine Warning. I had just went to a bunch of pictures I had. Morris literature I put up here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Once again, he talking about the Muhammadan religion. Now, this is critical. For any more talking about Noble Drew, don't read the Holy Quran of Mecca. You must don't read Morris literature. In connection with the aims and objects, rules, and regulations of the Moorish Science Temple of America, I deem it proper to submit to you a brief statement of our organization covering inception, rise, and progress, and of the Mohammedan religion, which I hope will be satisfactory to you. That's what he wanted you to read it. And be the means that cause you to adhere to the principle of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. He wanted you to read that and get love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice from that, according to this. Noble Drew Ali, per Morris literature, number 19. Mm-hmm. So we don't even need that no more. We established Noble Drew Ali was up with the principle of the root. He was up with matriarchal principle.
Yeah.
He knew law. He had the masculine, the square, but he was balanced. I showed this. Well, let me see. Let me go to some more Noble Drew Ali. We on Divine Warning. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Boy, a second. Okay. So we know that it's a sin to violate the constitutional laws of a free national government and claim to name and principles that allude to slavery. Why is it a sin, bro? Why he get all religious,
bro?
When he talk about committing a crime?
Because look at what happens when you lead astray. What happens when you go away from your vine and fig tree? You see how we all been treated, and then you putting this and doing all this to your children. And the first part of it is really, it's just like you turned your back on Allah. It's the same thing, same type of person.
It's a sin. It's so many degrees there. It's a sin for any group. So, and then he said a group of people.
Right.
It's a sin for any group of people. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why it's a sin, why it gets spiritual to violate other people. Because it depends on it depends on who reading this, what you gonna get out of it. If you only think you the body, you don't really get nothing out of this. You don't understand why you violate somebody else's divinity.
What?
Because
No,
that ain't
you don't.
another body over there.
It's the
Thing, all
whose will and who own the will. That's the
right.
problem.
Exactly.
It's the
That ain't another
whose
body
will.
over
You
there.
think
That's
that your
another you over
will
there.
and that your will is all this and that, and it don't have to be in accordance with the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
You just trying to make up your own, you know, just like Christianity was made up. They trying to make up more science, more history, more everything. Pick and piece what they want out of it. Discard the rest.
And that's really all. I ain't really want to go in on divine warning. I just wanted to show how he connect that it's a sin to violate a law.
Mm-hmm.
See, higher self and lower self is always connected. This is what I'm showing people. It's always a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to act like they more higher self. Some people act like they are lower self. It's really a balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is all I wanted to show that for. I'm finna show you another balance in the literature. You see I'm all in the literature so far?
Mm-hmm.
Finna go to circle 7. I'm finna go to everything Moors say they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And I done already validated the Holy Quran in Mecca with Moorish literature earlier. So when I go to that, y'all already know what it is. But this chapter 7, I went over this other day. I'm gonna go over it again. This chapter 7 of circle 7. The friendship of Jesus and Lamaze. Jesus explains to Lamaze the meaning of truth. And really, I don't even have to go through all this. I could, but I don't. What I really want to go through is this. Lamaze asks, of understanding, what have you to say? And Jesus said, it is the rock on which man builds himself. It is the gnosis of the art and the not. It's the balance, right? Of falsehood and of truth. It is the knowledge of the lower self, the sensing of powers of man himself. I didn't know what that means a couple days ago. It is knowledge of the lower self.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is the knowledge of the lower self.
That means you got to know it. That means that you know how to operate the lower self. You know it exists. And then also you know how to use it, because that's where you're getting your root from.
Now this understanding,
Mm-hmm.
he say this the rock upon which man builds himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
He giving you a yin yang. This the rock upon which man builds himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because we finna talk about wisdom. So I'm like, damn, that's why they call it understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because this will trick you. You'll get to reading these books and learn this and the science of this and the science of this, and you'll think you'll turn into Moses.
Yep.
You'll think it's you. Now watch this. Again, Lamaze asks, of wisdom, what have you to say? Jesus said, it is the consciousness that man is art, that Allah and man are one, that naught is not, that power is but illusion, that heaven and earth and hell are not above, around, below, but in, which in the light of art becomes naught.
Yep.
This all the stuff we say. Power is an illusion. Heaven, it ain't out there. It's within, and all this. And in the light of some real, when the root come, all that don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When the root come, everything you study don't mean you're gonna get a whole different other degree of it.
Yep.
A higher degree that ain't nobody else gonna be able to understand.
Yep.
They ain't gonna be able to understand. They gonna have to have wisdom. Man knows not about.
Yeah, and you're getting that from operating, doing it.
They just showed you the difference between the consciousness and the subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
The consciousness is you. That's the rock upon which man build himself. That's what you judging by. Understanding. You're not judging by the wisdom, though. That's the holy breath. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Lamar, well, we ain't even got to go over that no more. That's the point I wanted to make for that. It's a difference between knowledges. And we finna go into the meta-nata. We finna prove what we talking about. It's a reason it's the divine and national movement. The divine and national. Why it ain't the divine and the divine national movement?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them ain't divine.
Mm-hmm.
One of them art and one of them not.
Islam.
Yeah, I said it. The national part is not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. All that's down here.
Islam.
All that's built off spirit, eight past experiences, all history, truth and falsehood strangely mixed that don't exist is gonna fall away.
Mm-hmm.
All this paperwork, all this more this, we was called 1,000 names.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say it's not. You know what I'm saying? It keep changing. The truth don't what?
It don't change or fall away. And look, that should be a key for a stroke for black people because they've been Negro, African American, colored, right? All this shit keep changing. What you think?
Truth don't change or pass away.
Yeah.
This why people be saying certain stuff. Certain people are scared of my methods, but I just don't care. My spiritual power is telling me, no, this gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking at what people say. I ain't judging off what they saying.
Right.
I'm going off straight power.
The command.
Like what is actually happening.
Mm-hmm. This
is why I look at Noble Drew Ali, what he was doing. Like, okay, people say he was trying to do this and trying to do that. Like he had an alderman, he had a congressman, he had Moors living in so each one had an alderman that was getting a certain amount of money or fiat allocated. Back then they had money. I'm like, right. Everybody chasing a mysterious vast estate. It's the damn government. That's who allocating all the damn funds. But everybody being told, no, don't do this and don't do that. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. Everybody do what you want to do. Ain't no compulsion in Islam. All them documents we got say free, that you free to you free to choose your political, economic, civic status, all that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if it works for one person, it works for everybody. Everybody should be cool. Everybody should be cool. Mm-hmm. We coming with the literature though. Mm-hmm. People think we being churchy. We showing you how we manifest.
Yep.
We showing you how we manifest. It ain't that we read the literature and then go pray. No, we done read the literature and we know what it means. So when situations come up, we going straight off the, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got the answer already.
Right.
It don't matter if I like you or not. Y'all still going off like. Mm-hmm. And he don't like me, and that don't mean nothing. I'm going off the two. And that's what I'm going to show you next. This is why I wanted to show you wisdom. It's a difference between wisdom and understanding. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. So now let's go to the Metanetta. Because all the Moors read, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's read the Metanetta, right?
So they say they
y'all can see it up here, Metanetta. Mm-hmm. Volume 1. And we talking about years. And I've been talking about 2 and I've been talking about the yin yang. It's always a dualization. Mm-hmm. 2, the real will of Allah. Y'all say y'all follow the will of Allah? Y'all in the test right now. Because Allah don't agree with some of these people y'all like. Yep. I just read y'all about Al-Qaeda yesterday. Everybody got an Al-Qaeda. It tests you. It's putting you through tests. Yep. If you don't put something on the record, we gonna see if you really stand on that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's go on this.
Mind before you even fool with paper. That's how you know it's happening up here. Soon as you say you affirm in your own mind, I'm a Moor, then stuff start happening. Stuff start turning your way in a different stand.
They don't even understand, bro. No, every word I speak is spirit, and then told you that the Holy Quran in Mecca is the revealed word of Allah. What you think that mean then? Mm-hmm. What you think that is? And y'all like, I ain't never heard of it. I heard it was a good book. Like, whatever, though. This is the Metanetta. We're going to go to this. Everybody's like this, right? So, Sphere 2, verse 8. The will is the faculty through which we express our future undertakings and actions. What we will to achieve is ultimately determined by our self-identity. They talking about Sphere 8. Mm-hmm. They talking about what you choose in the will.
Right.
We saw that our true self-identity belongs at the first sphere. Matter of fact, they talking about Sphere 9 when they talk about the self-identity. Mm-hmm. Man's true self is one with God, qualitatively. Similarly, man's will belongs to God. And that's the 2 verse 8. It shares thus in the omniscience of the will of God. You hear what he said? So your will got to be congruent with the will of God, or Allah, or itself, or whatever you want to call it.
Right. But
this is why y'all ain't manifesting.
Who's
because y'all don't know the literature and y'all just do whatever y'all want to do. Because it's still good.
But we still on whose will is it?
Which
It's your will, right? So
you got,
don't you owe somebody for that?
What'd you say?
Don't you owe somebody for your will?
Hell yeah.
All right. So whose will is it?
Exactly.
Right. So
exactly.
Here's the thing. If you got the whispering Jinn trying to talk you into doing a different will, right? And you defining everything off of what you thought you were, where are we going with this? If it's not in accordance, people don't look at it like when they go, okay, think about this. Your ass speeding, right? You know you speeding, you don't give a fuck when you speeding. You driving, you want to get where you want to go, right?
Facts.
The cop get behind you and he stop you, right? What most people say? Oh, I didn't know I was speeding. I'm sorry. Oh, right. My bad. They start coming up with different lies to make up for what. So what was the problem? You didn't give a shit before he pulled you over, right? Look, I get caught. I speed all the time, right? I the cop, they know to get saucy with you.
Don't get me
you know
started.
You're speeding, right? Yeah. Why are you speeding? Because I can.
Exactly.
Do what you're gonna do. Write the ticket or whatever. Now you mad, right?
Right. You want to.
Right, but see, it's like everybody's trying to fight the wheel, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, all right. Sometimes if you're doing some right shit, right, and you speeding, like let's say somebody's sick, and you trying to rush them to the hospital, and you got the hazard lights on, and you running through the red lights and shit, just like a motherfucking emergency truck, right? And you get there, don't nobody stop you, ain't nobody nothing.
Right.
Then you go, whoo, thank God he let me make it. What that mean? When you were enacting your will, it was in accordance with his. You recognized it then, but you don't recognize it any other time. When you start talking about what you want, you don't think about if it's in accordance with whatever's right.
Exactly. I don't think people know like that. That's why we breaking it down. I don't think people even understand the dynamics to the self. They steady looking at it like all they talk about is the bloodline. Bro. All they talk about is the nation, the bloodline, the physical, the land, the this, the that, the other. And I don't think we not saying that too.
Right.
We saying you starting at the bottom. You can't even without talking about the divine. Right. It's a divine national movement. He told you this, like how many times we gotta say it? So let me finish this. In reality, man's true self is one with God, qualitatively. Similarly, man's will belongs to God. It shares thus in the omniscience of the will of God. The principle underlying determining a success is not having a firm will or thinking positively, as mind experts will have us believe. It comes from a man's ability to intuit God's will, because the will might be something you don't like. So thinking positive ain't gonna get you in tune with the vibe. Mm-hmm. That's your sphere 8. It comes from man's ability to intuit God's will. That's 4. The ability to do so resides in the second sphere of tree of life. Okay, it's gonna get the 4. An individual who has evolved to this level is able to unite her personal will with that of God. In other words, the person seeks God's will, like it's saying Al-Fatiha, guide on the straight path, in all undertakings in life. And I'm bringing that up because a way to understand. You don't have to use that as your basis for. If you understand through the meta-netta, use the meta-netta. If you understand through something else, use that.
Bro, but here's the thing. Right. I really don't care what book it is that we're looking at. If you, all right, let me just ask you a question. So let's say you got a malintent, right? Or your intent basically is for you, whatever it was. Let's say it's malicious, it's money, whatever, right? And you trying to use or whatever, even if you, it really don't matter. What would make you think I want to know what the basis of the thought of bringing just straight, peace and love, positive energy, all this other BS, you bringing that up front when in actuality, that's not what you own, right? But you think that it's a duality. How is this going to, you wonder why the shit don't work when it's not in accordance with Allah. Allah's will is what created you. That's the reason why you owe him. He owns your will. So how do you think you're going to have an ill will and Allah don't know? That's why the shit don't work. As you go on,
the reason, like,
it's telling you everything in here.
You saying Allah. I'm trying to get it in Moore's head that don't make, like, we're not making you an Arab Muslim by saying
it. I know they be Allah. It don't have to be Allah. Okay. What I'm saying is every last one of y'all try to say y'all got a grand creator, whoever it is.
Exactly.
Right? Everybody innately know the difference between right and wrong.
Facts.
Y'all, we shouldn't have to pull out a book to tell people to hear, look, y'all, come on, bro. It's like sometimes these people really, a lot of them full of shit and they just don't really want to tell the truth.
No, I ain't gonna say that for everybody for this
Not
reason.
Everybody.
Because
I'm saying
remember what I told you earlier? Say we did go swoop high on everybody. We did go to the higher regions on everybody. Like these is sphere 4, 3, 2, 1. We was down there at, you know what I'm saying, 7, 8, 9 for a minute. So I understand why a lot of the people don't. This is why we got to do this so the people can understand the higher region. Everybody want to manifest. Everybody want to be a master. I'm giving you the real starting point. People was trying to start you at the physical. That ain't really gonna, know what I'm saying? You're not gonna know how to manifest. You need this to even to be able to read that and absorb it. Now, I can do this. I can do this. Well, let me manifest it then. You see people trying to manifest, not right, and it ain't working without this part because they just read a law, read a case, trying to manifest. Everybody got a case.
Right.
I wonder why. And like I said, this is I'm trying, like I already done said, everybody do what y'all do. I'm teaching right now. Like whatever, I don't even care what people do no more. I don't care who don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a messenger. Y'all can, know what I'm saying, hit me up and tell me you don't like it. And prove it wrong. I honor truth. If you're saying you got the truth, prove it wrong. Come holler at your boy and prove it wrong.
But see, here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. And this is more toward the title. This is even more toward people who try to go down this path initially, right? Because some people don't necessarily, start looking at the meta-narrative and all of a sudden the meta-narrative made you a more. No, the meta-narrative is actually giving you science. So really, when I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, a lot of people, what you're saying is perfect because this is the part where you really do need to start. Before you start, because this is where you're making your corrections above, and then you also need to make them below. Okay, That's all I'm saying. And everybody else want to just sit up and start trying to make this, that, and this, that, and the third, or have all these damn distractions when everybody right now, and it's the middle of a fucking pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, where people are in disparity, this, that, and the third, and they really need to get their shit together. And we really don't need to be talking about no goddamn donations. Nobody gives a fuck about donations. What we give a fuck about is the people. That's why we out here doing what we need to do for free. You see? So we do give the people what it is that they need to see. We ain't concerned about all this other BS. What we're concerned about is the people actually getting themselves in tune so they can raise their own damn vibrations and pull their own ass up by their bootstraps.
Mm-hmm. And we appreciate the few people who, know what I'm saying, donated, but y'all know, we teach to be self-sufficient. That's what we trying to get all the more.
We're not even mad. Like if you want to donate, great. Like we appreciate it or whatever, but you know where it's going because you see what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting over here worried about what somebody's like you sizing somebody up at the fucking club. We not about to date. It don't matter. That's ignorant. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Hey y'all, this ain't no competition, man. This is, I know to some people y'all might think we a competition. It's not a competition. We doing our duty. We building something. You know what I'm saying? And we helping the people.
It's not club.
It is what it is.
It ain't the boys club. You don't see us over here about to. You know what? We're gonna go over to to the lakefront next week and we're going to ride horses.
Now, clubism. What is clubism?
Bro, everybody know what clubism is. It's the Flintstones.
Just define it for me generally.
Clubism. Okay, it's to hang out. It's like you have a pack or a group. It's like just to hang out, so y'all socially or whatever are all, you know, basically running together, and as long as everything is socially agreeable with each other, then it works.
Because hold on. Excuse me. I had to go back to this because this is what I want to show. Because I'm hearing people saying club out us, like, man, if you don't do it they way, this is that and other. And I'm trying to tell it ain't my way. Y'all making the straight path like I'm just like, yeah. He made why he make the straight path so small like that? Like I ain't making it.
Right.
Look what Noble say.
Yeah.
Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as what? They class as undesirable and they subject to all inferior name and abuses, right?
Absolutely.
Now, is that the truth or not?
Absolutely.
You're gonna do math. Is it the truth or not? And do truth change or pass away because you don't like it?
Mm-hmm.
Or because I'm about it because I already read it and I know everybody's supposed to know it already.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no saving everybody. Per Noble Drew Ali. Do I got to get in a prophecies and canons? I posted them on my page earlier. He said he only come to save a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
He said he only gonna try to save a quarter. I wonder why he said it like that. He didn't say I was gonna try to save half or all. He said I was gonna try to save a quarter, and I'm only gonna be able to save. Said I'm gonna have fingers left over, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he? Did he say he's gonna have fingers left over?
Yep.
He said I'm gonna help other people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who is all these Moors in here? Only to save a quarter of the people. I'm gonna have fingers left over.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't with it. Every time y'all see it, y'all like, man, no, we need everybody. I'm like, okay. This that prophecy said that. Who was all these Moors in here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Back to this.
Yeah.
Back to this. Y'all finna get this 2-8. An individual who has evolved to this level, they talk about sphere 2, and sphere 2 is the will of the self. So now you know what the will of the self is. So you, my friend, and you asked me this to do this, but I can't because the will won't let me do it, and you think I'm acting funny.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm acting funny. This what's gonna start happening. This what y'all need to, this what y'all buckling up for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This what you buckling up for. In other words, the person seeks to be guided by God's will in all undertakings in life, since all the person's actions is guided by the God outcome. In addition, all actions are always in harmony with all the events in the world, given the fact that God's will is its self-identity, which is the one, which is the sphere of unity, sphere 1. This is the opposite of the common experience. This is the opposite. See, this is the opposite of most of the Moors 9. They off 9. They ain't off 1. They off 9, ain't they?
Yep.
This is the common experience in which people's actions and attempts to solve problems result in even worse problems.
Mm-hmm.
See? Because you're trying to solve it from the lower sphere. Instead of going to the higher self, you going downhill. You got a nationality card and papers, and we told you it's your divinity. And they talking about the Hydra serpent of Greek mythology that sprouted 2 heads for each one that was severed. But the faculty of the second sphere belongs to the higher division of man's spirit, and therefore to the evolutionary future of the majority of the people. It has only been manifested by a few sages. This why I shouldn't even be surprised most people don't understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When this book was wrote, it wasn't like how it really was a drought. So I can understand. But it's a drought now as far as knowledgeable people, competent people.
Yeah, and people with pure.
They telling you Sphere 2 is in the evolution of man's future as a whole. It's only a few people now that's on this, as y'all can see. As you can see, when most people express their will to achieve a particular goal, lacking the input from Sphere 2, lacking the input from, they take their cue from the 9th and the 8th spheres. I'm trying to tell y'all. That ain't with the wheel. This is why we keep showing y'all the paperwork, the literature, because that's the wheel. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all condemn y'allself on tape. I ain't never read it. What? You ain't never read the Delegation of Authority of Noble Drew Ali? Where he started it from? Without no Holy Quran of Mecca, ain't no Noble Drew Ali. Per authority. Why you think it's on the back of authority? He had to check in.
Yeah, they don't like they sheiks, bro.
Like that.
They know this. They sheiks. They sheiks. They know this.
They better know it. The 9th sphere. Now here go these spheres. Y'all want to know about the 9? The 9th sphere, the seat of their personality. See, this shit personal. This ain't about Allah. That's you. The seat of their personality informs them. Basically, that they are limited in their potential of being. This why when they like me is, who is this nigga? Nigga, you know we can't do stuff like that.
Yep.
Finite mind can't understand infinite things. That's in the first chapter of Circle 7. Finite mind understand, comprehend infinite things. Say they are limited in their potential and separate from all other beings. So instead of seeing me,
exactly what they're saying.
Yeah. But look, seeing like us and saying, okay, they doing something, it look like it's working. Let me ask them what they doing.
Right.
Because we all one. Let me ask them because we all one. No, them niggas agents, because they don't gotta ask for donations. Why they ain't begging everybody like everybody else? They talking about they do business. How they doing business?
Right.
I know they ain't cracked that. They ain't been studying long enough to crack that.
Right.
I ain't even looked at it, but I know it.
I didn't watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos. I done heard it 1,000 times told by somebody. So
right,
they know, I know by being told.
They gave me a scouting report.
Yeah.
They gave me, this was getting a lot of people in trouble. Y'all using the scouting report. Y'all using the scouting report. Then y'all come watch one video and think y'all know me.
Yeah, the old tabloid Moors. That's what
they trying to
tabloid. They on the Moorish Times. Yeah.
Then they trying to give us some information. I done did a live about a year ago when I first was starting.
Right.
Like, yeah, I agree with that, and I gave a detailed live about that. You know, I can go in. I got like 400-500 videos. Yeah, it says, but it's telling you these people go off the 8 and the 9. This is what I be telling people. They separate from all other beings. The superficial and segregative thinking of the 8th sphere has the connection between the things that people think about. You hear that? It had what people think about. Hide it. Don't say nothing. Be quiet. But everybody thinking about this. This stuff, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All okay, but 8 will hide that because it want to preserve 9. It want 8 preserved. It don't want nothing coming from the higher region to plant a thought that might, know what I'm saying, change 8 and 9. 10 gonna manifest different. This results in a limited view of what can be achieved. Facts.
Yeah.
And causes most undertakings to end and click with other events in the world because it ain't with the root wheel.
Right. And that's the reason why it don't work, because it's got to be in accordance with the truth.
Yep. Meditation on the subject will reveal that most of what people achieve in the world is at the expense of something else in their life or that of others. Ain't this the conflict with Moors? We ruling all Moors. No, you ain't. Inertia ain't ruling me. I self-law master over here. See, that's the conflict. Somebody want other rights. Oh man, this is the master source of all the personal and group conflict, in the same manner that the lower principle that unevolved man identifies with as himself. Lower principle, the 8 9, the number 9, the physical self, the person. See, when it come to art, that's a straw man. When it come to 1, 9 is a straw man. 1 is the principle. You know what I'm saying? Notice the agent principle. 1 is the principle. 9 is the agent. 1 is authentic. 9 is fake. And 8 is 9 is built off of this reality, which a lot of you Moors' whole reality is off this reality. Let's read this. We was saying this and Phoenician and this and Albions and
yep.
Man identifies with as his self. The 9th sphere is not his true self. Neither is the 8th sphere man's true will. You see? The 9th sphere is not his true self. You 9 people out here. What most people call their will are really the hopes and wishes, making it such. Y'all see this by watching me read Moorish literature and looking at whoever else y'all watch. They don't even know what a Holy Quran of Mecca is.
Right.
And nobody really told you they was all Mohammedans.
Yep.
And about the Holy Quran of Mecca. And put it on the back of our authority. But that ain't in line with their desires, hopes. So they're going to masquerade with your Ali mask, parade around their favorite sheep. The Holy Quran of Mecca told you don't even call Prophet Muhammad your brother. I mean, your father. Everybody is brothers. Allah, Father God, Allah, womb of Allah. We all in the cosmos, which is the womb of Allah. We all is the kids, brothers and sisters, equal. Yin yang. Kemetic got the same principle with Nut, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know it as well. I will be learning.
Yeah, but all of them have these same principles because it's the base.
All the same principle.
And that's the reason why you always see, even when you like I say, bro, I ain't finna go there because I ain't finna go there. The security party stuff, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's all good.
Everybody know that this is where the base is, bro.
This is sphere 4, verse. Yeah. Man's knowledge of reality, and sphere 4 is about intuiting. It's about getting the root. It's about intuition. It's about intuiting the will. Sphere 2, the will of Allah. So when we talk like this and people don't even know what we're talking about, we know you're not even at sphere 4.
Right.
You may not even be at 5. You know what I'm saying? 5 is the division between the high and the low. But we know you ain't in the higher. We know you on lower self. We know you on the low road. You can talk about how we talk and all this, all we want, all you want. We told you what we was doing, and we showing you what it is now. And we gave you facts all through the flick. And we showing you what we switch. We showing you the tree now. Why you think we switching? You know what I'm saying? Getting in mode. Sphere 4. We intuited something. So, okay, this what to do now.
Right.
Now the wheel say to do this.
It's on.
So, okay, we doing this. So man's knowledge of reality, 4th sphere versus the 8th sphere. The next major determinant of the quality of man's life depends on what he believes is real. Belief?
Yep.
Whether everyone operates from certain regarding what is real and what isn't. This is why the unity is going to always collapse, because y'all scared of this conversation. Y'all scared of this. Everybody talking about unity? Y'all don't even want to say, because y'all don't believe the same stuff. Some of y'all don't even honor them, don't even respect these people.
Right.
Talking about we gonna just unify for the cause. Soon as one bump come, you ain't got nothing to bind you. It's gonna be like, I don't mess with them no way. I ain't want to do this no way.
Bro.
That's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen on both sides. You know, it's gonna happen on both sides. Hell, because if your ass get a case, then you get locked up or whatever. Guess what? Where your stuff at? Where your everything? Lost all everything, and they can't even call a motherfucker. Come on.
That's what's happening now. Every time somebody get in trouble, this what's happening now with us. Every time somebody
they call, then they wonder why the people they so fucking obese. They calling anybody to say more. Just give me your number. Hey, I know you know something. Please help me. Please help me. And they don't even know where they're going. Don't even know what they're doing. Don't even know where to start. Don't even know what the beginning is. But they already done made up their mind on what it is they want to do, which ain't even in accordance with the damn shit. That's why we bringing it, bro.
And then people question this tree of life as if, what's our seal? What's our? Don't we got the great seal? What's the great seal?
Yeah, it's pyramid.
You think they knew anything about the Kemetic tree of life?
Okay, bro.
I'm just saying.
Hey.
I'm just saying,
bro. If we gonna claim to be our ancestors returned, I think we need to be a little bit more strict to that.
We all got this seal. What do we even know about that seal?
Mm-hmm.
What do we know about those people who represent that seal?
Mm-hmm.
We all in the book, and people look at us crazy still. Quran, Kemetic, another book.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in a papyrus text, and people still be looking at. Like I say, we just on now. I can't even know what I'm saying. Stay on certain levels no more.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I hit them joints. We got old videos. You need them joints. Go and watch the old video.
Mm-hmm.
But it's talking about what I just said. Everyone operates from certain ideas regarding what is real and what isn't. Which is, you can call it religion or whatever, your way of life, however, whatever you want to call it. The exposition of cosmology in this book has shown us that reality encompasses a range of energy matter, from the unformed, hence imperceptible, to the finite and restrictive physical matter that we are well acquainted with. They just gave you another yin yang.
Mm-hmm.
The exposition of cosmology in this book has shown us that reality encompasses a range of states, different states of energy matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From the unformed and imperceptible to the finite and restrictive.
Mm-hmm.
That we're well acquainted with. So that's yin yang. They give you them principles. And all things are none other than divisions within this infinite and eternal substance, hence essentially one being. One in being. And that all beings are in reality the percolation of one original consciousness through each separate form. In the imagine sunlight flowing through glasses of the same color as light will come out yellow through one, red through the other, and so on. In each case, will have different qualities and limitations, yet they are all separate expressions of the same entity, the same self, the same Allah, or whatever you want to call the higher self. In addition, it is important to realize that there is no separation. Cannot be any separation between the whole holy light entering the glass and the light fragments or a particular color wavelength, leaving the glass on the other side. This is the message stripped of poetry of the tree of life. The message originates in the second sphere and is codified in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
The message originates the root, and you can intuit stand it by the fourth sphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's codified.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it means. You know what I'm saying? People who evolve to the fourth sphere are able to intuit the cosmological principles that give order to existence. That give order to existence. We can create out here.
Right.
Because we know the tree. We can put order. The cosmos is called the order. You know what I'm saying? The ordered or the ordered realm or something to that effect. Right. So we can order the cosmos. We can order this realm out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Thus, they are thus able to create systems to integrate the lives of other people with each other, the environment, and God, religion, morality, systems or ways of life that integrate the various factors of health. This integration of synthetical ability but depends on the fourth sphere faculty capacity to think abstractly. Meaning everybody gonna read this and ain't gonna get it. A few people gonna see that this just ain't Moses. This talking about the new Moors and the old Moors. This talking about life after death. This talking about the Aquarian age and the Piscean age. You know what I'm saying? They see it on different levels, abstract. You know what I'm saying? This in the higher realms like that. If you see like this, you know where you at. This y'all should study this tree.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this faculty is also in the evolutionary future of most. You see how it's pushed up? Unfortunately, most people is still asleep. So they ain't gonna understand you when you're talking about it. They're gonna be looking at the pack.
Yep, and to go over their head, and then some stuff they feel like it challenges their beliefs or whatever, because that's what they built their base off of.
Now, most people that don't like us or go with us is because of a what personality that they like, right?
Yep. Yep.
By definition, that's fear 9. Am I correct?
Yep.
It's the seat of personality, right? So if you're going off 9 and not 1, not the will of the self, but you're going off the personality you like. See, on the outside, it's going to look good because everybody like the personality because most people is on the lower self. Most people ain't woke no way. On the higher plane, in the hidden, the real people know what it is. That's why you might see certain names picking, like people is like lining up right now, picking sides, because the literature is going to call them out. Your manhood is calling you out. Your spirit man is calling you out.
Right.
Nigga, we move for a lot. We don't move for no personality. What? Like, so people are therefore forced to process their information about life through the surface thinking and form limited faculty of the 8th sphere. They cannot therefore avoid segregating things that belong together. Like higher, lower self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This faculty is the author of biases and segregation by race, religion, sex, age, etc.
And all the stuff that's being mixed up today.
Facts. It separates medicine from nutrition, from science, government, from religion. See, it's telling you it's separate because it ain't no separation between the truth. So I can be around, I can be in the meta. It don't matter. I'm talking about the truth. I'm not separate with what I'm talking about. All of us go together. I can go to another book that's talking about the truth, as long as it's getting my point across. In addition, whereas the 4th sphere is in and above the divine omniscience, see higher self, the 8 is informed from the physical plane, the number 9, your physical. And ain't nothing wrong with 8, 9 if it's in tune and in line with 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? It is limited then to 1/10 of the objective realm. And it's totally excluded from the subjective. What a lot of yes. What Ali came with. The Magi. Thus limited, the unevolved man, they calling y'all unevolved. Regardless of how well educated.
You see how they had to, you see how regardless of how well educated. You see how they made that.
And they didn't even stop. Whether in science, morality, health, religion, it don't matter what. So the unevolved man, regardless of how well educated, etc., is not truly able to apply the higher teachings efficiently in life. So if you get up producing, for a long time. So you've been trying to bake a cake, and the cake won't rise. You know what I'm saying? You've been trying to bake the cake for like a lot of years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The cake won't rise. It's probably the mix probably don't got no yeast in it. Maybe I'm just gonna say.
I'm pretty sure it probably don't have no yeast in it. But I'm just saying what
you might gotta relook at the rest.
Because I just want to know before, because this example is kind of tough, but it's true because it's really what's happening. If I've been trying to bake a cake for 40 years, 20 years, whatever you said, 10 years, whatever, I've been baking a cake for 10 years and it ain't rise, somewhere in there you would think you would start trying to look for reasons of why or analyze what it is you're doing, right?
Yeah, the autopsy.
And
cake.
So, but then if I saw my homeboy that just strolled up and he just straight baked the cake and it's like he the cake, oh bro, this taste this.
Right, he got a cake bake.
I go, oh well, this tastes all right, mine tastes better, but your shit didn't rise.
Right.
It don't make
and
sense. It ain't a cake.
Find out you ain't got all the ingredients. That's why it ain't rise.
Right.
You got half the ingredients.
But that ain't stop you from selling them crepes though. Because it's a crepe now. They ain't stopping them from selling them goddamn crepes. They putting strawberries, blueberries.
Go get these last ones off. You know.
They say go make lemons out of lemonade.
For the nation.
Yeah, and the whole nation, they nation worth. Everybody eat these.
Yeah, the cake mix is like you missing half the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
You got all, know what I'm saying? Ain't no eggs in this thing. Ain't no yeast. No milk. Cake, like you eat the cake, it's dry. You like this. You eat like that. Mouth dry as hell. You need a whole glass of water.
Right. Now they selling them as goddamn whole grain crackers.
Right.
Now they crackers. They're
right. Don't
crackers.
cook them some more. Right.
They just gonna keep selling. This was meant to be. Right here.
Yeah, this book crazy. It said, regardless of how well educated, you know what I'm saying, he is not able to apply. And I've seen this. I have seen this. Mm-hmm. He can only see the eternal and lower side of religion. Mm-hmm. Yep. To him, it is a system of worship and adoration of God.
Isn't that dogma?
Yeah, that's what they saying. That's what they saying.
I know, but wait. Hold up. But this isn't that what they say, how we was coming being dogmatic? Like, so that's just show you where we ain't even got to come up with, here go everything telling you right here.
Bro, it's talking about this right here. We didn't make the Meta Nutter Volume 1. They said, hey, look, I'm going to read it all out again. Thus limited, the unevolved man, regardless of how well educated, whether in science, morality, health, religion, etc., is not truly able to apply the higher teachings efficiently in life. He can only see the external and lower side, which means he don't appreciate it. To him, it is a system of worship and adoration to God. Morality is limited to the specific acts that have been pointed out to be immoral. Or those acts that are not condemned by enough people in a society. So limited is his thinking to surface and external appearances that he cannot see that there is no biological or physiological or spiritual support for homosexual sex, for example. We can go on. Fundamentally related to the fun of the fourth sphere are those of the sixth, which is the seat of our ability to live according to the principles of cosmogony, innate order, reside in our spirit. This faculty, which is also in the future of most people. Then they saying sphere 6 is in the future. Enables people to intuitively live according to divine laws, as opposed to the tyrannical influence that the 10th sphere, seat of emotions, exerts upon the 9th sphere, man's person. The 9th sphere, man's person. Don't forget that. The same is true as the 5th sphere. It is the source of the judicial system based on the divine laws codified in the 4th sphere. Its acts of point are for the reestablishment of equilibrium in the world.
Balance.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and what's 5?
Justice.
It is the source of the judicial system based on the divine laws codified in the 4th sphere. 5 is justice. Its acts of punishment are for the reestablishment of equilibrium. So it's cause and effect in the world, as opposed to the disorder spreading acts of revenge that the 10th sphere motivates. So a lot of y'all, we already proved most of the people watching us and judging us on the 10th sphere, but they think they on the 5. They think they doing justice. They think they judging justice.
Right. But listen. This the other part, because this is where they say we cause confusion, right? Right. As opposed to the disorder spreading acts, that's confusion, of revenge that the 10th spirit motivates.
Yeah. 10 is your animal spirit. 10 is just straight whatever.
Yeah.
10 is when you can't flee no more. Flee. You can't flee. Okay, it's whatever. Right. Animal, beast mode. I think it goes in even more on here. And we're gonna talk types of men. Chapter 8, Cosmological Guide. Now the reason I'm telling you all this for a reason, because after this we're gonna go back to Alfred Kahn, the discrimination, because it's something in there that I didn't show yesterday that I needed to show, because people was thinking we picking and choosing and this is that and the other, and we not picking and choosing other than what everybody's saying, the will of Allah. Everybody's supposed to be picking and choosing the will of Allah. If it's clubism, that's the club, the Allah club.
Islam.
If you don't, you'll do it undesirable if you ain't claiming, you know what I'm saying, no other status, you know what I'm saying, that you can claim according to Noble Ali. A cosmological guide to the 3 types of men introduction. That there are in this world people of wildly different mental, moral, and spiritual abilities. We must all agree. We will see that the similarities and differences between people when sourced into 3 fundamental types of men. In the tales tradition of China, for example, we find that people are classified as the masses, superior men, and sages. The division types is based on the various stages in human evolution. And in an earlier chapter, it was said that man's spirit is not a single body, the self. It consists of 7 divisions, they talk about the divisions or levels, which include the physical body at its lowest and densest portion. That's what people judging off. They judging off their body.
Yep.
Emotions is part of the body. Energy, matter. That's the lower portion. That's the lower self. Everybody got it, but is you going off the root?
Yep.
A brief look at the subject from this perspective will reveal the following outline of the various types of people. People who are controlled by their emotional and sensuous being, 10th sphere. Now don't get confused. Don't get somebody being emotional from being controlled by emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Islam.
Different things. And we can go through examples if people need to know. And just anybody just ask. 10th sphere. Who only know what they are taught by others. Oh, okay, I missed that. People who are controlled by their emotional and sensitive being, 10th sphere. That's the animal. And who only know what they are taught by others, that's 7 through 9. Excuse me. So we know man knows not by being told.
Right.
So if you ain't even past 7, you know what I'm saying? You out of your sleep.
Yep.
And sheiks that ain't past 7.
Islam.
If you've been watching this, y'all know there's some sheiks y'all been watching that ain't on 6. They still in their lower self.
Yep.
So it don't matter how old you is or how much you know. It's on which road you. It's your what is your intent?
Right.
That's why I don't matter. Y'all looking at degrees and this shouldn't be able to happen. This and we tell you that shit is not. We in a whole other spiritual dimension. And whose mental perception is limited to the external and concrete side of things. Because of this, their lives are full of contradictions, as y'all can see. They are devoid of understanding. As this type of, and it's a different type of understanding than the other one I was talking about. This is the metaneta. What was I in the other? In the other, I was in the Morris literature. I was in the Circle 7, and it was talking about the difference between understanding and wisdom. So no, we in different books. No, it's another general meaning to understanding that ain't strictly for Morris literature, Circle 7. That they're saying wisdom and understanding. Because if you go look in a Webster dictionary, I'm sure they ain't gonna say what it's saying in Circle 7. So y'all got to get y'all vocabularies up. They are devoid, just as well as me. They are devoid of understanding, as this type of man has not risen above the fifth division of the spirit, the Sahu. Counting from the bottom, we shall refer to him as Sahu man. Recall that the Sahu is the fifth division of the spirit. The masses or inferior men of Chinese Taoism correspond to this level. So that's the Sahu. That's what most of our people is at, Sahu. Animal level, lower spirit. Then you got the second. People who are able to rise above the influence of their emotional and sensuous being. So they can control, you know what I'm saying, their emotion. And although their knowledge is only limited to what they are taught, they are able to understand, think abstractly about the subjects that are taught to them. So you teaching them, but you ain't programming them.
Right.
You teaching them something, they go and study it themselves and get more out.
Break it down, and they're gonna analyze it themselves. Right.
Yeah.
They make
That's
determined.
Yep. This is due to the fact that their mental faculties, spheres 4 through 6. You see how we getting higher and higher? They high on the tree. Their mental faculties are able to perceive the abstractions that underlie physical events. Other people can't see it. Everybody talking about the third eye, their ass can't see though. They dumb, deaf, and blind, like the Quran say.
Yep.
Because I'm telling them they can't hear, I'm showing them they can't see. And they got eyes and ears. This enables them to avoid the contradictions. See, this the second man. See, now they can see everything. They just ain't got the balls to be what they know.
Right.
They still wondering what it is, but they see it though, and they like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. No. They ain't just came out like, no, this what it is. You lying. This. Like they ain't just full belief out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As the soul qualities of this type of man originates in the ab part of the spirit, we shall refer to him as the ab man. Abdomen.
Yep.
So we got the Sahu, the lower part. Now we up to the abdomen. Now we finna get to the head. You know what I'm saying? They correspond to the superior men of Chinese. So these superior men, just because they know, they got enough light to be able to make a good decision. You know what I'm saying? They can see. They ain't just finna fall. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them anything. These, like most of the Moors that's rocking with us now, they investigate. They actually doing the work.
Yep.
We finna see, damn who the title is. We finna see who right. This the because Noble Ali said that. He's showing the literature. And everybody's saying they with Noble Ali. So we finna know what I'm saying. So these type of people is gonna be the ones who gonna become the new number 3. And the 3 is to knowledge needed to avoid and solve all the problems that can face man.
Islam.
Not only do they see now they getting the answer. They see the problem and they can get the answer, and they get the answer because they finna apply the answer. This is why everybody don't get the answer. They wonder why they can't see it, because you ain't finna do nothing. That's why. We see what you finna do. Pick your favorite person over the principles. We see. They also possess the ability to achieve such goals. You see this? This is why a lot of people mad at us. Our power.
Yep.
Influence physical events by manipulating their spiritual power through the use of Hakeyu and visualization.
Yep.
As this type of man has completed his or her evolution, we shall refer to him as an Asar, or risen Osiris, or a Kidda, the green one. This is why I say you can look at somebody and kind of tell where they at. Like, what spiritual power? What's the manifestation going on over here?
Right.
Okay, I was looking at the manifestation. Okay, now let me look deep in. Let me look within to see if the manifestation is a trick or if it's real. This is how we doing.
Yep.
Hey, this is what happened when they pull you over.
Yep.
What's the manifestation? License and registration.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now let me go see if it's real. Let me see what this say.
Yep.
If he the master of this information. That's what this whole nationality about. They pull you over, say you ain't got none of that stuff. You are the, you know what I'm saying, identification. Where's your spiritual power? So, you know, I hope y'all is following. Now it's finna go, you finna get in and get out, back on the discrimination. Once again, we in chapter 25. Al-Furqan. And this is one of the names of the Holy Quran of Mecca, Al-Furqan, because it separates truth from falsehood.
Mm-hmm.
And the Holy Quran of Mecca is what? The revealed words of God Allah per who? Noble Drew Ali.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. And I went over most the other day. So a lot of this, I'm gonna skip over some of this and get it's a lot at the end. A little time. We can start at 30. 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. For y'all that don't know, that mean a lot of Muslims translate it as in the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful. If you look into the deeper meaning, it's really saying with the power of Allah, the beneficent and merciful. This is why I call it a book of spells. Because when I'm saying going to that realm, that's what I'm calling on. I'm calling on all that power.
Mm-hmm.
So what I ask for, that's what I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm manifesting. And then I'm sending this slave to do the work of my manifest, and I know it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the messenger will say, surely my people treat this Quran as a forsaken thing they running from. And thus have we made for every prophet and enemy from among the guilty, and sufficient is thy Lord as a guide and a helper. And those who disbelieve say, why has not the Quran been revealed to him all at once? Thus, that we may strengthen our heart thereby, and we have arranged it well in arranging. And they cannot bring thee a question, but we have brought thee the truth and the best explanation. Those who will be gathered to hell on their faces, they are in an evil plight and straying far away from the path. And certainly we gave Moses the book, and we appointed with him his brother Aaron and Ada. Then we said, go you both to the people who reject our messages. So we destroyed them with utter destruction. See, I ain't trying to, like, no, I'm not Moses. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Moses. I'm not none of the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. But I'm coming with the same truth. That I'm reading this truth and repeating it, saying that it's a destruction that's coming. This is what I'm saying. And it's a path to get out. And everybody ain't finna make it. And even though Noble Ali told you, he knew what it was. This is what I'm saying. So if you talking about, yeah, we need unity, we're gonna save everybody, I know you're not following Noble Ali. It might sound good. We might all want it, but we know it ain't finna happen. We know that it's a straight path and everybody ain't on it. And according to Noble Ali, who everybody claiming, that's the chosen group. That's the clubism. That's the group. Mm-hmm. This is why I asked you about clubism, because I'm with that club. If you with that club, we with the club. Mm-hmm. But he brought all this literature with him. So we got to show, like, you with all this if you with the club. This is what we saying. Mm-hmm. So, and if you ain't with the club, we saying what Noble Ali said in Divine Warning. What the great Allah, what the great God Allah gonna do if these principles ain't met up? Mm-hmm. Destruction, right? Destruction. Oh, so don't act like we the great God Allah. Mm-hmm. But we know the Moabites ain't the great God Allah. She can say it all she want. We know it ain't her. Mm-hmm. Because when Allah comes, she gonna get it too if she ain't in order. Mm-hmm. Just like us. So back to the book, what everybody say they follow. So this was coming, destruction, bro. That's what it is. And the people of Noah, see, now they finna go down the whole list because y'all don't believe. This why I didn't want to go over this. But I'm gonna go over it. You ain't finna say you ain't heard it from me. And the people of Noah, when they rejected the messages from them, we made them a sign for men. And we have prepared a painful chastisement for the wrongdoers. And Ad and Thamud and the dwellers of Ras and many generations in between. And to each we gave examples. And each did we utter destruction. Do y'all see the pattern? Mm-hmm. Any one of y'all want to talk about Allah openly? Y'all want to, because don't make me Allah. Talk about him openly. He the one said he's going to do this to you. face. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He destroyed them all. It passed by the town wherein was rain and evil rain. Do they not see it? Nay. They hope not to be raised again. And when they take thee for naught, but a Jesus. Is this he has raised to be a messenger?
Mm-hmm.
He had well not led us astray from our gods. Had we adhered to them patiently, and they will know when they see the chastisement who is more straight from the path. Hast thou seen him who takes his low desires for his God? Would thou be a guardian over him? This Allah calling out your spirit, man. Surah 25, ayah 43.
Mm-hmm.
Have thou seen him who take the low? We just showed you the low road and who taking the low road
Mm-hmm.
over the high openly. Openly, we showed y'all the high road. Has thou seen him who take the low road, the low desires for his God? A lot of Moabites.
Mm-hmm.
Would thou be a guardian over him? You on that side?
Mm-hmm.
You over there? Okay. Or thinkest thou that most of them hear or understand? They are but as cattle. They are but as the cattle. Nay,
Mm-hmm.
they are farther astray from the path than cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he say, seest thou not how the Lord extends the shade? And if he please, he would have made it stationary. Then we have made the sun an indication of it. Now hold up. Hold up. Hold up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Because he got to talking about people taking stuff for gods besides the law.
Mm-hmm.
And then talking about the sun. Bro, they don't understand. They don't hear. They fired in the cattle.
Yep.
He said, you don't see that not how that Lord extended shade?
Mm-hmm.
And if he pleased, he would have made it stationary. He said, if he pleased, what's giving shade? The sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, if I could, if I wanted to, I'll make it stationary. I'll make it stay there. Right now, the sun is out right now and it's stationary. A lot of people don't like it. We like a stationary sun.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no shade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Islam.
Then we have made the sun an indication of it. Then we take it to ourselves, taking little by little. And he made the night a cover for you and a sleep a rest and made the day to rise up again. And he it is who sin. See, they telling you who your Rob is because y'all must have forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me remind you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He the one who made your sun. He the one who made your cosmos. He the one who made your this, your sciences and your this. See, all that's not when it comes to the real. He it is who send down wind and good news before his mercy and water from the clouds, that we may give life thereby to a dead and give it for to cattle and many created. Raise the cattle too.
Mm-hmm.
And so repeat this to them that they may be mindful, but most men consent not but deny. And if we can raise a warner in every town,
Mm-hmm.
So obey not the disbelievers and strive against with a mighty striving with it. Allah telling you to fight against it.
Mm-hmm.
And he it is who has made seas. See, now he's finna talk about the yin-yang principle, the dualization again. He it is who has made the two seas flow freely. Isonomy between the two seas.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't clashing between No Jali and CM Bay literature. Them two seas, the junction of the two rivers, the two seas.
Mm-hmm.
These two seas flow freely, bro. The one sweet, very sweet, and the saltest, bitter. Sound like my personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yin yang. In between the two, he has made a barrier and inviolable obstruction. You can't mix this 360 with this 360?
Mm-hmm.
It's an inviolable barrier, even though both of them right in their own right. Even though it's a divine feminine and divine masculine. Oh, okay. Duality, isonomy, equality. I'm with that. I'm with that. You got me now. You know what I'm saying? And he it is who has created man from water. Then he had for him blood relationship and marriage relationship, and our Lord is ever powerful. And they serve besides a lot of which can neither profit them and the disbelievers ever and aid against his Lord. The disbelievers. And fight against it. Yeah, I know Noble Drew Ali said, but that ain't my Quran. I ain't a Muslim. And we have not sent thee but as a giver of good news and as a warner. That's a yin. The same message is going to be good news to one person and a warning to another person.
Yep.
Because you ain't on it. Say, I not in return for it except that he who will take his way to his Lord. He who may accept that he who will may take his way to his Lord. And rely on the ever living who dies not, the self. See, rely on the higher principles, not your person or somebody else's person, and celebrate his praise. And sufficient is he as being aware of sins, who created the heavens and the earth, what is between them in 6 periods. He is established on the throne of power, the beneficent. So as respecting him, one aware. And it is said to them, make obeisance to the benefit. They say, and what is the beneficent? Shall we make obeisance to what thou biddest us? You want us to worship what you want us to follow your religion? Like, no, this is the literature, bro. And it adds to their aversion. So some people watching us right now, we going over all the literature, and now they finna hate the literature because they don't like us.
Yeah.
And it's going to identify them. Automatic. Yeah. It's going to identify them to people who know. Blessed is he who made the stars in the heavens and a sun and a moon giving light. Some people worship them cosmos.
Some
But a lot of
people say they into it from the cosmos.
Yeah, some people say they was ordered by the cosmos.
Yeah, told what to do.
When Noble Drew Ali went straight to Allah. So another creation can order you. Like what? And we the highest creation. We the one put order to this thing. And he it is who made the night and the day to follow each other. You see the yin yang? For him who desires to be mindful or desires to be thankful. And the servants of the beneficent are they who on the earth in humility, and when the ignorant address them, and they who pass the night prostrate themselves before their Lord and standing, and the Lord avert from us the chastisement of hell. Surely the chastisement thereof is a lasting evil. It is surely an evil and they who, when they spend, are neither extravagant or parsimonious, and the just mean these balance. And they who upon another God with Allah and slay not the soul which Allah has forbidden, except in of justice, nor commit fornication. And he who does this shall meet a requital of sin. The chastisement will be double to him on their resurrection, and he will abide therein in the basement, except him who repents and believes and does good deeds. For such Allah changes their evil deeds to good deeds. And Allah, and whoever repents and does good, he surely turns to Allah a good turn. And they who witness no falsehood, and when they by what is vain, they pass by nobly. And they who, when reminded of the messages of their Lord, fall not down there at deaf and blind. They don't just act like they don't hear it. And they who say, our Lord grant us and our wives and our offspring the joy of our eyes, and make us leaders for those who guard against evil. These are rewarded with high places because they are patient and are met therein with greetings and salutation, abiding therein. Goodly the abode and the resting place. Say, my Lord would not care for you were it not for your prayer. Now indeed you have rejected, so the punishment will come. And prayer is salat, and it can be done in the mind. You don't have to do all the, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you how to pray. There's methods how to pray. You got the sunnah and all that, but you can make du'as. Do that in your mind. So I showed you that to show you that the higher self information, the religion, what people call dogma, is showing you. See, the higher self information is do what I said or this. That's daddy talk.
Mm-hmm.
Do what I said or you getting a whooping.
Right.
Now, the lower self information is for you to go ahead and try to figure out how you can get away around that, and then you end up getting a whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the knot. Even though it's nationality and all that and the history and all that shit not when it comes to the higher self. If you try to disobey one of the principles. You just but that's how you get your understanding. So now you did it, now you got understanding of the lower self. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now you qualified to speak on it. You can tell other people not to now because you know what happened when you do it now. Man, no, not from being told. You can go in detail with it. You can come from both sides. You can come from the higher self, do it, because this gonna happen, and yeah, because I did it, and when I did it, this happened, this happened, and then this happened. I can show you both, you know what I'm saying, degrees. I can show you the command and what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a divine and it's a national. The national is based off the lower self, all the shit lower self, what we call reality. You know what I'm saying? What's actually happening down here. This is all this reality is lower self and based off the divine. Mm-hmm. Once we get this in their head, their whole energy gonna change, and then everything gonna change. Because now you ain't even thinking like the questions is different. It ain't do it work no more. You know what I'm saying? It's I appreciate you for giving me the information to raise myself, and now you can draw your own. You got the information. You can draw your own boundaries.
Right.
Shit. You got a body. If somebody violates you, you don't like it. Ain't nothing, nobody but you stopping it from happening. Like so.
It's on.
So this is how we coming. Happy Holy Day. We was coming to bring y'all Divine and National. The main major point is really big because the Moorish Divine National movement is really like the Moorish art and naught movement. I can say that. Mm-hmm. Because the national part is naught. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying it in a yin-yang way. I'm saying like a battery. Positive and negative. Divine and national. Art and naught. One has the origin. One is the origin. One is the principle. One is the agent. And people is coming wrong. The divine is the principle. Mm-hmm. So why is you starting trying to get some lower self stuff? You're trying to get out of cage. You're trying to discharge. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that.
Yep. Trying to get a house on some land.
Yeah. Trying to do something physical on this realm first, which you can't even manifest on. This is what we tell you. You can't even manifest on this realm until you go to that realm. So that's what we're telling you. The Divine and National Movement, it starts with waking up our people. This is our whole thing. Wake up the people. It can't even happen on this realm until it happen on this realm.
Yep. Wake
up the people. Everything y'all want to happen. But like I said, I know what it is. People want positions of power before everybody get woke up because there's some great people that ain't woke yet. There's some masterminds that still sleep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's some Khalid Muhammad's, it's some Malcolms. Mm-hmm. They still sleep right now. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want a position of power, you don't really just want to wake everybody up because now that done made the competition pool. If you're looking at it like competition, now it's competition. Mm-hmm. Now when you thought you was the head, you finna be the ass.
Right.
If you become a body. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these people done been through the depths. They done been through the lower self. They know in detail this stuff that a lot of us can't explain. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know detail about a lot of stuff. Because I done actually went into it. So this is what we promoting, the literature. Once again, Divine and National. We in this time, don't act like you ain't got to get your 90-day supply and take care of the physical. You know what I'm saying? Sphere 9 and 10. Mm-hmm. And whatever you got going on, kids, whatever. Take care of that. Take care of that. But you need to know, you need to connect the wiring all the way back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A lot of the wiring is stopping at 7, 10, 9, 8, 7, and people thinking they made it. Like people really thinking they own something, like they philosophers and stuff. Like I already told you, like the most educated are gonna be the ones that think that's the hardest one. The people who think they know something already.
Yep. Yep.
So other than that, I feel like we've pretty much hit everything.
I think if there's any comments or questions or whatever about the material or whatever, y'all can go ahead and put them in before we get out of here.
Let me look on the book real quick. I don't see nothing.
I don't see any questions.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. So
love. Appreciate the peace and love.
Peace to y'all. Islam. Happy Holy Day. Muslims, Moors, Muhammad. Y'all all of it. Islam, peace. See y'all next time.
Peace.